Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw. It is raining, it is thunderstorming. Let's do a topic video. So today's topic is something I've had on my mind for a very long time, and let's just have a discussion about it. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Should bands expand their music? And what I mean by that is very simply, should bands expand on their music, like try new genres? Should they try to incorporate new things into their music? Basically, should bands explore new ideas and try new genres along with the genres they already do, or completely change a genre if you want to go that direction in the discussion? But mainly I'm going to stick with talking about bands exploring new genres and incorporating new things to the genres they already do, and maybe expand on having a wider variety of genres they could be playing within an album rather than just the originals they started out with, that kind of discussion. So I'm hoping you guys understand, and let's continue and let me explain my short and then long answer. The short answer: should bands expand their music? Yes. Here's the longer answer, and basically I'm just going to be winging it and have a discussion with you guys. Listening to a lot of bands and thinking about where a lot of these bands have started and where they have ended up, I see that a lot of bands have really expanded their sound and expanded their ideas in the realm of their band, and to see what else is out there. Case in point, the most recent one is Mastodon, which it's not really recent, but there's still a lot of fans of Mastodon that are not liking this new way. And Mastodon have already started to expand out early on in their career, but they're still exploring new things. And Once More Around the Sun came out a couple days ago, and there's still, people that are still under that whole thing of where, why did they stop being sludge metal? Why did they start doing this whole more friendly metal and rock, they like to say, or radio friendly? And I will admit, yes, it does sound more radio friendly if you want to go that route, but at the same time, I think the band is exploring new things. I don't personally think that Mastodon did it just for the radio play. I think they did it because they want to explore what else is out there. I mean, early on within Leviathan, they were already trying these things that they're now fans are in love with. Look at Between the Buried and Me. Same concept. They started out in a very different direction. They started out, in this way, and now you look at them now with Colors, The Great Misdirect, Hypersleep Dialogues, the Parallax EP, the Parallax 2. They have now went into full progressive mode, throwing in things that are not really metal into their music. And I think the whole purpose of why I say yes, because I think bands should not feel like they have to be constrained to the original idea of what they started out with, because if they were, and if they kept putting out the same type of album, and I'm not saying that bands that stick to the same formula each album is bad, I'm saying is, for me personally, I think bands should explore new things, and that's why you see a lot of bands and a lot of people from bands do solo projects, and they're a little bit different than the current band they're in or whatever, because they want to try new things, they want to step outside of the box and do something different. So I am totally in agreement. Does it always succeed? No. I'm not saying that each time a band does something different outside of what they're used to doing and fans love, that it's going to succeed. I still respect, however, the band for trying, or the person who does a solo project that's different than what he or she normally does, in any case in point. I still respect them, but I feel like that they should, try whatever they want to try. The ideas keep flowing if you keep your mind open to new things and new ideas. And I feel like that the bands that are constrained and don't want to step outside of the box, I feel like they're not really being used to the full potential. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that that is true. I'm saying is that if you look at all the bands, just look at your whole entire discography of bands you listen to, look at your whole entire catalog of bands, and look back at their first couple albums or their first release, and then look at to where they're at now. Are most of the bands doing different things than they originally were doing, or are they sticking with the same formula? I'm curious, because when I look at the huge catalog of bands that I listen to from all the time to time, barely at all, most of them have tried new things and have gone to be more successful or have succeeded in these new things because they've stepped outside of their original box or the original realm and have tried new things. And look where they are today. I mean, there's just so many bands that have done this. But at the same time, there has been bands that don't, that are also successful. You know, not these. I'm not bashing these bands. It's just the way I look at the way they write their music. It's obvious they have not really stepped outside of the box too often. Slayer is very successful, and from the stuff that I've heard and seen through their discography, they've not really stepped outside of the Slayer box. Now, am I saying that they're bad and they should? No, I'm just saying is my personal preference is that I'm saying that I agree that bands and members of bands should step outside of the realm from time to time and try new things. Don't be afraid. Scale the Summit has grown in popularity doing the same thing, progressive instrumental metal, and it really does work for them. Protest the Hero, same thing. All that remains, they've tried a few little things, but they've been consistent, but they're still popular, and I love them, you know. But, I mean, I think that the whole thing is, I think the people that say that bands or a certain band should not try new things and they don't like the new sound and stuff like that should be a little bit more open-minded. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying that you're closed-minded because you think that. I think that you should just be more open to the possibility that the band that you love or the album that you love and the band that plays on that album isn't always going to want to play the same stuff. And if they do, great. But understand that I think that bands should be able to be more creative and come up with, you know, newer ideas that maybe step outside of the box, because if they keep consistently playing, I bet most of the people are tired of playing the same consistent thing, the same consistent idea. They want to try something new. I think that's what really rejuvenates band members and bands entirely, to come up with new material, because they're inspired and they're thinking more creatively and they're thinking like, okay, we can do this and this and this. We don't have to stick to this type of formula. We don't have to keep doing this. We can just do whatever we want. And I think that bands with that kind of mindset are the key to discovering, you know, new music, and the key to discovering a new type of genre of metal, or they find something that really works with what they're already currently doing. I think that having that open mind and not being afraid to do something different and do something new is what makes music great. And the bands that don't do that, I'm not saying are bad. Let me clarify. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that what they do what they want to do. I'm just that type of person that thinks that bands should explore more options, new things, and don't feel constrained. I might have felt like that I was, you know, stumbling and rambling and blah, 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 but, you know, this has been on my mind for a very long time, because there has been a lot of this discussion, and I'm just putting my opinion out there. So I'm curious to know what your opinion is, so let me know in the comment section below your opinion about if bands should basically be exploring new things, and anything I've said within the 8 minutes. If you agree or disagree, I have no issue with you. If you disagree, just trust me, I don't have an issue. I'm just throwing my opinion out there. It's an interesting topic, so like I said, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon with another video. See you.